Hey creatives, welcome back to the Almost Creative Podcast. This week I am joined by my co-host Christian Diaz.
Hi guys.
Welcome back to the podcast, Chris. It's been a little while since you've been on,
yeah.
right? Yeah. How have you been feeling? Feeling good?
Oh, dude, phenomenal. This has been an
Whoa,
amazing summer.
Phenomenal.
Bro.
He's not doing good. This isn't going to be surface level. I'm good. This is we're going deeper than that.
It's been a really good. We've had a really good streak recently.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, we just came off of a busy weekend. We had 3 weddings in one day. So one of those 3 weddings actually was a lead that she reached out like over a year ago and didn't book with us. Said she found some like photo video package, which is, fine, whatever. Messages me about a month ago. So, a month from our wedding. And it turned out that the company she had hired is this company that's been going around that was AIing their images or something like that. So that she didn't trust them anymore. Yeah, I guess they were taking, allegedly, I don't want to get accusing anyone of anything, but apparently they were ripping off other people's wedding photos and videos and just replacing the couples with AI and saying it was their work. So kind of wild.
That is crazy.
Kinda wild.
You almost would feel like that's more work.
Yeah,
just
I know,
taking
right?
the pictures.
Just learn how to shoot photo and just use your own photos.
Yeah.
That's kind of wild. But unfortunately, by that point, I was already booked, and you were booked on a wedding, so we had to put together a third team to take care of them because I felt really bad for them. So.
Why did you decide to scrap together a third team instead of just saying no? I know you felt bad, but was there other factors?
Well, I just didn't want them to get screwed over again because there's a lot of bad apples out there, obviously, and I didn't really have anyone. There's some situations where I just refer someone's studio, but I didn't really know anyone with their own studio that was available. So I would rather put together like an A team for them so we can handle the back end of things. And obviously like the experience is probably better than, not to like brag, but I mean, they had 3 people there. They got a same day teaser as well. And it sounds like everything went really well. So if I wouldn't have done that for them, yes, maybe they would have found someone, but maybe the experience wouldn't have been as good.
And the people you sent with them have all shot and or been trained by us.
Yeah. So it's not just like random people off Craigslist. Like this is kind of a
they've worked Bella Tiama weddings with us before.
Exactly. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
But it was kind of interesting doing the 3 weddings. It kind of makes me want to get back into doing more weddings. I don't know what it was. Yeah, it was. It kind of like motivated me. It's like, it's so cool, like the experience we give our couples. And again, I'm not trying to brag. I just this is like coming off of a high of getting like multiple compliments the day of. And the wedding we had was the sister of a bride that we just did last month. And they're all on a high of everything we just provided for them. And like the whole wedding, the family kept coming up to us and like, what you did for the sister was phenomenal. We can't wait to see this sister's wedding. And so it made me like feel like, man, it would be cool if we could do this more for people. Cause like we only really do like 20 weddings a year ish. And it would be kind of.
Really? We downsampled?
It's always been like around like 20.
I thought it was around 30.
Well, we probably get like 25 and then I shoot like 17 of those, 15 of those.
Yeah.
It kind of makes me want to like do more of those just so we can help more couples. I think it's just also we're coming off this trend lately where there's always been like the scam people out there, one of our boys, we won't say any names right now, but
well, this is something I wanted to bring up. Like we've always in the Chicagoland market, we've always known of bad apples of companies that either were intentionally a scam, companies that just had a bad business model that ended up failing, or video companies that were well-intended and well-run, and then something just happened.
Yeah.
And I think lately it feels like there's been more.
Yeah. Or maybe it's just more known with like Facebook groups and stuff, because I feel like it's every week in these like local Facebook groups. Yeah. Someone's posting about, I got married a year ago from so-and-so and I haven't seen anything. I haven't heard from them. Like you hear that stuff like all the time. And I, like you're saying, I think it's a combination of some people get into the business to scam people, but also some people like had good intentions, but they don't know how to run a business. So now there's repercussions from that, or maybe they weren't charging enough or whatever it was. And so it kind of just makes me like want to maybe get out there a bit more in the wedding world so we could just make sure like that happens less and they end up with someone who takes care of them.
Like educating and leading by example.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, because, I mean, for us, we film weddings every weekend, almost, well, 25 a year. But most couples, this is their first time getting married. Yeah. So they don't know what quality looks like.
Yeah. I mean, even like the one that booked, she thought she found a cheaper option than what we were, and it seemed credible and legit, and come find out it was all AI. So
question for you.
Yeah.
As a business owner, right?
Yeah.
Because you're not just a cameraman. As a business owner, do you prefer doing, and I can't imagine this, but do you prefer doing 3 weddings Friday, Saturday, Sunday? Or do you prefer having a team where 3 weddings are done on one Saturday?
And there's more of a risk if it's, do I have to do all 3 of those? Like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'd be doing those myself.
No, you'd still be delegating, but is it all in one day or across?
There is kind of a risk with doing it all in one day, because if someone gets sick or something, and you're already kind of like because we don't just use anyone, like they have to be someone that I trust and that they've shot with us and they have probably similar like work ethic, but so there's only so many people I can pull from. Like that's a pretty short list there's a lot of videographers, but there's really only a few that I trust. So you are running a little bit more of a risk if everyone is out helping on one day, but it is kind of nice just to have it all buttoned up into one day, where it's like I don't have to worry about tracking down stuff for 3 separate days. It's like we're all just out doing our thing in that one day, and then we're done. So
I just wanted to know.
Yeah.
Because I do like the reset from Sunday, so that like the teaser goes out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, stuff like that.
Yeah, now it's kind of weird with the teasers, because it's like I have to kind of like space them out, because it's like I can't just post them all on Monday, so we have to kind of like space them out. But it's interesting that you asked me a this or that question, because today's topic of our episode is this or that.
Interesting.
And so, you know what I did? Like any good podcast host does, I couldn't think of any podcast ideas, so I went to AI to ask it for ideas. Kind of failed there. It didn't really give me good stuff, but one of the suggestions it did have was like a this or that episode, and so then I asked it to give me questions for the this or that, so I can come in blind. But then I did go ahead and read them over just in case. They all sucked, so I threw those out as well. So I came up with my own this or that questions. So Chris does not know any of these questions. I was going to say,
I'm going in blind.
He's going in blind.
Yeah.
I didn't really study on these, but I do know what I'm going to be asking, but I didn't really think about them. So I'm like 50% blind here. So.
All right. Awesome.
All right. So I'm going to hit you with the first one. So I think a lot of these I already know your answer, which is kind of funny, but
Democrat or Republican? No.
They or them?
They or them? Oh,
no, don't actually answer.
I think both apply. When you're referring to a group of people, I think both apply.
So first question, a shoot day or an edit day?
Shoot day, 100%. Come on, we're camera. They're like, shoot day, dude. Yeah. It's amazing.
Unless there's been like a lot of shoot days, then I could probably use like an edit day. But for me, an edit day is usually not an edit day. It's like a business day, so it's a little different.
The only times I don't like a shoot day, and by don't like, I just mean it's like a small thing I get annoyed by, is when we have like back-to-back warehouse production days or manufacturing production days. By day 3, my feet just hurt.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
By day 3 for me, I usually just, depending on what manufacturer it is, I just smell like fried shrimp and cheese. But that's actually day 1. So, all right, that one's pretty easy. So next one, natural light or a full lighting kit?
Full lighting kit.
Yeah.
Do you want me to?
You can elaborate a little bit. I think it
just looks a lot better.
Yeah.
3-point lighting or even just 2-point. It
just the control. And that's the thing too. Whenever I hear people are like, "Oh, your videos look really good. What makes them look good?" It's never necessarily like an outdoor scenario with natural light. It's when we had a full light kit and there were the colors and the nice softbox and stuff. So there's just more option with lighting. Whereas yes, I think it matters on the type of shoot too. Obviously the wedding, it's going to be more natural light. Yeah. But even like a lot of the natural light I get, or what people think is natural light, there was lighting helping with that. Like when I'm in the bride's room, yes, I put it in front of the window, but that backlight's not just coming from anything. It's coming from a light. Or like I might, throw some light at the ceiling to fill more light in the room.
I think there's just a level of quality when you can bring in light, because I've been told before that people know it's our stuff when they see on their page before they even see the logo or the handle, because like we do lighting with the prep for weddings, or the way that something's lit for our podcast or for like our product showcases. It's like, okay, that's Visual Filmworks right there, and I know it's Visual Filmworks, or I know it's Bellatiamo, because anyone can show up to a camera to anything and just pray for the conditions.
Right.
But I don't know. It's just another level up.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the simplest way to say it. It's just another level up.
No, I agree. Prime lenses or zoom lenses?
I'm going to go zoom here.
Yeah, I would say the same actually. I mean, I will use a prime when we can. I love them for interviews. I love them for, you know, things like prep. There's some signature shots that probably wouldn't be possible without a prime lens. But if I had to decide and I can only pack so many things, I'm going to definitely pick a zoom lens. Because at the end of the day, most of them look really good. You know, maybe 10 years ago, this has been a different conversation because a lot of the zoom lenses, well, maybe longer than 10 years. But I know when I started, the zoom lenses always looked like more mushy to me, especially on the photo side. But I feel like nowadays, like a 7200 G Master, like Mark II Sony lens, the thing's just as good as like any other lens. And now you have versatility, which is important.
Yeah, I didn't even consider that. It's true. Primes for photo are so much better than primes versus, you know.
Yeah, I feel like I don't notice as much with video.
I don't really notice. I only notice like the thing is, a zoom lens looks really good, and like the ability to switch between, like when I travel or for weddings, like the 28 to 70 is beautiful. But yeah, for photo there is a huge difference.
Yeah,
I
and
just don't shoot that much photo.
When I've done photo, I primarily use primes, but like video, you want that versatility because there's more storytelling involved, especially if it's a smaller team. You might need to get something wide and tight at the same time, and there's not time to switch lenses. And also the environments we go into sometimes, like manufacture, I'm not going to be switching my lenses when there's like particles flying in the air, you know, like
dust,
zinc, this is not a good idea.
Acid in the air.
Yeah, so yeah, like a lot of it's dependent, but if I had to choose and it didn't matter on the type of shoot it was, zoom lenses. I mean, obviously it'd just be
it's easy. The same thing for travel too, and it's not just like dust or rocks or stuff like that. It's like condensation. Like I don't want to open up the elements of the glass and the camera a lot. Yeah. So
cool. All right, next one is an editing question. Color grading first or sound design first?
I'm gonna go sound design first, because I think it adds so much to the story depending on how much sound design you do, and also can move the edit along. Color grading for me has always been an afterthought.
Yeah.
And I know people are gonna attack me for that, but honestly, if you just, because we almost, like, our team does a really good job of nailing exposure.
Yeah.
And so I feel like doing a little bit of color correction and our LUT brings the result to a really good place. Sound design, not done, feels empty.
Yeah. I think for me, so I think in theory, it makes more sense to do sound design before color. Because when you're doing sound design too, you might find that a shot is better shorter or longer based off of like where you're kind of putting the sound.
Yeah.
But I think I have a habit of color then sound, because I feel like for the longest time with Premiere, once I started touching the audio, the project got like super slow. And so I would do color first, and then I would do sound, and I'd go back and do like warp stabilization and stuff. But nowadays, I don't think that even really matters. It's just kind of a habit I have, but I would probably actually prefer sound first, then color. Because now we use like Adobe Podcasts and stuff, so it's not taking so much processing power, and obviously the computers are better.
You're right.
But yeah, it used to take so much processing power, at least for me with the audio. So I would make audio the very, very, very last thing. I'd even have to multiple times tell the client, hey, I'm not going to touch audio till like we know that this is like locked in.
That's interesting. No, I always do audio pretty quick because I want things to be clear and I know what works or what doesn't work. Like if I need to cut out a line just because it sucks. The thing is, I also like doing color last. Like if you think about, and we can beep this out. If you think about like turbo, color going at the end. Once we have a project trimmed to our liking, then we can go in and with After Effects remove signs in the background we don't like, fire alarms in the background.
Yeah.
And then if we can't AI remove it, or like if we can't After Effects remove it, then we just crush the shadows and create more of a vignette and a punchier look. Yeah. And that is usually best at the end when, like you said, the processing of creating masks and everything, that's one of those things at the end. Yeah. So.
Well, they're not going to all be technical. I have a fun one for you too.
Okay.
Okay, so thinking before a shoot, before you get to the shoot, on your way there in your little car.
Okay.
You stopping at Dunkin' Donuts or are you stopping at Starbucks if you had a choice?
Dunkin'. Easy. Starbucks is a treat with the boys. No, I'm being serious. When we're riding together with another
Yeah.
production member, we get Starbucks because it's funny.
Yeah.
But usually my personal is just
I'm
Dunkin.
never gonna forget that weird blue drink you guys got me one time.
Oh,
What was that thing? I don't even know.
some summer butterfly
I was
something.
so thirsty, I still drank the whole thing, but it was.
Yeah, it was definitely
It
sweet.
was like drinking like Jolly Ranchers.
But the thing is, Dunkin is just, in my opinion, Dunkin's better. I mean,
yeah. Overall, there's more options there. I feel like too.
also the food.
Maybe
there's
not
just no, there's
drink-wise,
just no
but the
food at
food,
Starbucks.
Well,
Like if
there
I want a
is, but
bagel
it's-
or
it's
I don't
not
need
something-
donuts, but usually a good croissant.
Yeah. No, that's good. My answer is actually really neither. I like never get anything before. I'm just drinking.
You're
water
actually really healthy.
sometimes.
No, I think you're super
Ah,
healthy.
you should saw me at that wedding. I ate like 5 cannolis. So.
Yeah, but compared to how the average American eats and how
Oh, I'm sure,
even
yeah.
me being healthy, my McDonald's runs,
Yeah.
like, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You're fine.
No, because the morning I feel like dictates the rest of the day. So like, I'm pretty light in the morning, and I try to load up on water because that's where I feel like that's where I do go south.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't get enough water, then I'm gonna have like a headache the rest of the day, and it's just gonna kind of. So I always like I'm just immediately the first thing I do when I wake up in the morning is like
Chug water.
Yeah, but then I have to go to the bathroom every 30 seconds. But it's worth it in the end. But yeah, so I'm usually just starting the day with like water, maybe tea, and then like eggs or something like that. I mean, like I'll have pancakes and stuff sometimes, but yeah, I'm usually not like running somewhere for breakfast. I'll save that for lunch.
I see. The thing is, my habit from getting breakfast on the go is just, unfortunately, it's just convenient, and I have to feed the animals on my farm first before I eat. I mean, I could be selfish, but by the time that I'm done, it usually just I just think it's just easier to pick something up on the go.
Feed them so they can feed you one day.
Well, the chickens.
Yeah.
I don't eat anything else.
Yeah, why don't you guys have pigs yet?
Because they're filthy. Also, we don't eat pork. I mean, we do.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
not
eat
much on
pork.
pork either.
Yeah. Is that like an American thing now? Like we just don't eat that much pork anymore?
I think it's just you're more likely to get sick from pork.
Well,
I
we've
think
had
that's
these
all it is.
conversations.
And it's not healthy.
But I
It's not
actually-
it's like a very like when I did when I went on a diet, you know, I was supposed to eat like meat, vegetables, and fruit.
Yeah.
The one meat I wasn't supposed to eat was pork. So there's something. There must be something to it.
There must
Maybe
be
because it's
something.
fattier or something. I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyhow, you go into a shoot. You don't know what to expect. Do you dress up or do you dress down?
I almost always dress up.
Yeah.
And I know because sometimes I feel out of place when I wear my suit.
Yeah.
But it's so much better for you to be a little overdressed because you could always just take off the jacket and just wear a button up than to show up in jeans.
Yeah.
Oh
My
my
rule of
God.
thumb-
The amount of times we've been at an event and there's another videographer there in sweatpants or in blue jeans, like at least wear black.
Yeah. Or the gray. The gray is the worst. It just looks like you literally came back from like a jog and yeah, you're shooting the video.
The gray sweatpants?
Yeah, when they were
No, gray sweatpants?
Yeah, they had gray. That was
Gray?
like their color for a while. They were doing gray.
What sort of event was this?
Oh, it was like a speaking event for like a keynote speaker.
Like a
200
like a
people,
breakfast
100,
speaking
200
event?
people, yeah.
You know when they say that when someone gets out of bed ready to work?
Yeah. Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
No, my motto for this has always been, I would rather show up. I would rather.
I just cut right there. I would rather
It's
show
easy
up. Just
route.
cut. I just
I'd
cut
rather
him.
Show up, not show up. You never take the shots you don't take.
No, you mess it up. It's all the shots you don't make. You miss all of them.
I'd rather show up than not show up. No, my motto has always been, whether it's me or someone shooting for me, I would rather get to the event and I feel out of place because I'm overdressed than I feel out of place because I'm underdressed. Because you can always course correct if you're overdressed. Okay, I'll take my jacket off, whatever.
Yeah.
You can't really course correct if you showed up in shorts and a t-shirt. Like, there's no going back.
Well, I think the thing too is like you're at a wedding.
Yeah.
Dress up for the wedding.
Yeah.
Like I still see cameramen. Actually, we sometimes work with photographers who are still wearing like the collared polo.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's bad, but like a button shirt wouldn't have been so hard.
Yeah.
Or an investment panel we did recently. Everyone there's in a suit.
Right.
Yeah, you can get away with it with the manufacturing stuff, but they're in,
Yeah.
like blue thick uniforms.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
not gonna be in a suit.
You don't want to stick out. That's really the thing. Is like, some artists are like, well, I'm an artist. This is like what I look like. Well, it's like, well, you also don't want to stick out because it's not about you. It's about the person you're there filming. So, by
Yeah.
you, I mean, I don't know if I ever brought this up on the episode, but we had one episode where we worked with this husband-wife photo team, and they were great. But she was wearing like a sundress, like very bright color sundress, and then he was wearing a white suit. Immediately when I saw him, I'm like, that's a great idea. I never thought about wearing white. And then immediately I was like, no, that's a terrible idea. Like, why is he wearing white on a wedding day? Because like there should really only be one person wearing white, unless like the groom's wearing white too. Then that's an exception. But
I thought what you brought up to me during that day is we could never, because the amount of time we get on our knees to get a shot.
Too. Yeah. So one, he stood out a lot. Like he was always noticeable. But then two, that suit would be filthy in like 10 seconds because these are kind of like casual photographers who weren't really like going above and beyond, and it's like I'm thinking about the way we're moving around on a wedding day, and it's like that would not work because it would just be filthy by the end of the wedding. So. And
then the last thing I have to add is we've never been told we're wearing something out of place in a negative connotation, but we have been complimented by wedding families who've been saying like, hey, before we even saw any of the footage, we've already impressed.
Yeah. Because, they've had other weddings they've been to where the photographer did show up in shorts. So they're like, oh, wow, you look like you belong here,
Remember that one wedding?
It doesn't take much. Like, when we say dress up, it's not like it even has to be a full suit. Just the fact that, you show up in all black, like a button-up, if for guys,
Ironed.
Ironed. I don't know if this is iron right now, but... you show up and you look the part, there's a place to that. Like we all have a uniform we're supposed to wear, just like manufacturing. Like I'm usually wearing jeans or something, but that's because it fit. But I'm also still not underdressed. You could still be underdressed at a manufacturing shoot.
It's also like a protection thing. Like you do have to wear jeans when there's machinery around.
Well, I also
like
learned chino pants aren't good for manufacturing because I don't know if you even noticed. There was one we did where I was wearing chino pants, and I just like slightly brushed up on something and just like slid it.
That's what I'm saying. Jeans for protection. Like, you're around machinery. But manufacturing is the outlier. It's like if you shoot construction, even
real estate. Like I feel like for the most part, you should be showing up
really
nice. So.
I thought you were gonna say something else. No, I show up in a button-up in real estate even because like even if the agent is dressed more casual, like you don't know like what they're gonna be dressed like. So you should just. Look like you belong. I'm always expecting the agent to be also wearing a suit or something.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I think it's the one we talked about the longest.
Yeah. Well, I think it's just like, remember that one group chat where the photographer was in a yellow Hy-Vee vest?
Yeah.
And he wasn't like flying drone or anything. He was just in a...
that guy.
What? Why?
He just looked crazy. He looked like one of those artist people who were like, I'm going to dress however I can dress.
I don't want to limit my creativity.
All right. So, would you rather have a large project or a small project? No other context.
What sizes?
Just multi-day shoot or like a 2-hour shoot?
Multi-day.
Why is that?
There's definitely more of a value proposition. There's more in it for us, so that we have mouths to feed. And they get more value out of it because it's not exactly logistic. The more time they spend with us, the more value they get out of it. Whereas like with a 2-hour shoot, they're probably only getting one deliverable, and then they're gonna fight us tooth and nail about the price of that one deliverable.
Yeah.
Whereas like a 3-day shoot, they can get maybe up to a dozen different, really high value assets. Yeah,
it's kind of hard, and I get it. Like the client's perspective, like. For them to hire someone and it's only like 2 hours of our time. Well, that's like all the time they see. But then there's still this like elaborate edit we need to make. Yeah. So it's like you're really charging for the editing time, not the shooting time, but they're only seeing the shooting time. Whereas when it's a larger project, it is more of a partnership. It's less transactional. It's more of a partnership. So even though the edit is maybe just as elaborate, they understand all the moving parts because you were there with them for a day or 2 or 3.
And that includes the pre-production calls as well, the planning for it. Usually something like that, there'll be interviews as well.
Yeah.
So everything can be re-edited to tell a different story if possible. Yeah. But a lot of the time they can get recruitment assets out of it. Like it's not just sell a product. It's also business story. It's testimonials. It's recruitment. Yeah. It's maybe partnerships with other people who can connect them with distributors. So they just get so much more out of it in different avenues than a recap video.
Yeah, and I think smaller projects you're competing with a different type of different type of videographers too. Whereas like not every videographer can do a large project. So there's kind of less of a pool that you're competing with. Whereas like a 2-hour event where they want a recap video like anyone could bid on that, you know,
Yeah.
and the quality will be vastly different between everyone, but there's just so many more people they could pull from. So there's a wider range of price points. Whereas like with larger projects, there's kind of more of a standard that is followed.
And also part of the return is with like social media, because I'm assuming the recapping is more like social media, like a 2-hour shoot.
Yeah.
If they get 10 likes, that's not always on you.
Yeah.
It sometimes could just be like the reputation they've built on their social media already. Whereas usually a big project, there's more funding behind it. So like if we did a 3-day shoot for a charity for a non-for-profit, they're going to raise all that money and they're going to see that return. So I don't know, there's just more equate to it.
Yeah. All right. If you could only bring one, which one would you bring? A gimbal or a tripod?
Gimbal. A charged gimbal. Because you have 2 in 1.
You know, I'm kind of struggling with this one. It is really hard to say without knowing what kind of shoot it is, but part of me would want to say a tripod. Depending on, you know, again, it's hard to say because we don't know what it is, but I would almost say a tripod because if, at least for the type of stuff that I would guess I'd be filming, there is a possibility that it might be something that is a longer take that I don't want to be holding a gimbal for the whole time. Plus, I can frame up stuff on a tripod just like I would a gimbal. In some ways, it might be better because it's totally stationary. And you could still get kind of mock gimbal shots if it came to it, you know, handheld. You know, you could do the old fashioned, what we used to do, where you take the tripod and you kind of treat it like a gimbal, where you have the whole tripod with the camera and then you're like kind of moving
Like a
around.
steady cam?
Yeah, almost like steady
the
cam.
weight,
Yeah, because the extra weight from the tripod. So I think if it really came to it, I would maybe take a tripod over a gimbal. Now, obviously, if it's a real estate shoot, you're going to want the gimbal, but...
You're saying going in blind.
Yeah.
Then I'm still choosing the gimbal going in blind. Because I could always find something to prop the gimbal on.
Yeah,
but
I guess that's true.
Like my way of shooting, I just know I like gimbal shots.
Yeah.
I like steadiness. So, yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. All right, a laptop or a desktop computer?
Damn, this one's a good one, man. Are we talking about like my high-end PC versus my high-end
Just like
laptop?
your day-to-day, like if you could only have one, like if you went to Best Buy right now and you had someone gave you like, well, we won't put budget into it because it could be a powerful laptop.
No, I know what you're saying.
But
it's
like,
just, man,
you can only have one in your house.
That's not an easy question though.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what someone's condition is like.
Yeah. Now I would say, I'll answer while you think. I would pick a laptop because of the versatility of it. And you know, if it's not, let's say it's not like let's say someone takes you to Best Buy, you have a $3,000 budget. That's actually probably too generous. Like maybe like a $2,000.
That's how
budget.
much I spent on my Mac.
Yeah. And you can pick this laptop or this desktop at the same price point. And so if that's the case, obviously and you already have, like, we'll take out like all the logistics of like, oh, well, you won't have a monitor or anything. You already have a monitor at home. You have a keyboard, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You just need the desktop or the laptop. With that price point, the desktop is naturally going to be much more powerful. So those are your two options, essentially. Like a laptop, but it's not as powerful, or a desktop, but it's way more powerful.
Okay, but that's a different question. That's a different question
Yeah.
now.
Well, that's what I'm kind of getting at is like you can only have one.
Do you
So
want
if you
more-
were going with whatever money you have to buy one,
Yeah.
which one are you going to buy?
Do you go for the more power stationary or do you go for the versatility? That's a really good question because
I mean, I'm picking a laptop. Like I think it's kind of like a no-brainer for me. Because I mean, even when I was getting started, all I had was a laptop for a long time. And then the desktop is really nice, but I want the versatility because what if I need to go edit somewhere else, you know, like doing same day teasers, things like that. You're not going to, I mean, you could do that with a desktop, but then you're that guy that shows up with a giant setup to an event. So.
That's such a good question. I hate that you asked this question because it's like, I've been in both sides of this.
Yeah.
Because for the longest time, I didn't have a laptop, or I had a laptop that, you know, made nature ambient sounds.
Cicadas is.
Yeah. I had a laptop that like there was a fan was broken and it sounded like cicadas. I'm going to go with desktop.
All right.
I'm going to go with desktop because being in the business of weddings, you just need something super powerful. If you're doing 4 or 5 camera multicams, you need that power. And whatever money you're going to spend, it's not going to be the same on the laptop.
Yeah. That's good.
At every price point, you're never going to get that same power.
All right. Next one. Chest day or leg day?
Chest.
Yeah.
Yep.
I can't lie on this one. I can't pick the opposite.
Oh, you can't pick legs.
Yeah, I'm not picking legs. So it's definitely chest. I think part of it, this is the main motivator behind it. I think because like I use my legs so much already, I just like I'm not always motivated to work them out because like they're already like tired because like they were I was standing for 12 hours on a shoot or something like that, or I went biking the day before. So it's like whereas like upper body as a whole like doesn't really get hit as much. So I think that's all it is for me. Beef or turkey chomp flavor?
Beef.
I got to cheat. They got a new flavor, chicken.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
They actually, are you being for real?
That might be I think I still prefer turkey. I think the turkey. Which one did you pick? You picked beef?
Yeah.
Which beef now? We'll go even further.
Which one beef? Which beefs do they
Because they have a few. They have like jalapeno beef or something.
Okay, I wanted to make sure. The jalapeno one is my favorite.
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure I was
because they have like don't they have like a Korean barbecue one now or something like that, or some kind of barbecue?
They do have a barbecue. Yeah. No, I like the jalapeno one they have. I just couldn't remember if it was beef or chicken.
Yeah, turkey was the first one I had. I think that's actually still my favorite, but the chicken is pretty good. It's a good like mix up because I don't do the jalapeno one, so there's not too many. They do have what's that V animal? It starts with a V.
A velociraptor. A vulture.
No, venison, is that what it's called?
That's deer. Yeah, venison is
deer.
Yeah.
They have that. That one's pretty good too.
Really?
I think they charge more for that one though. It's more of a premium.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Hey yo, Chomp, sponsor us. We love eating your chomps at weddings.
If they don't sponsor me soon, I'm gonna just start buying the knockoff ones. To be honest, they're cheaper. So.
No, but seriously, they're a good snack.
No,
they're
good.
super easy. They don't smell much too, because I think that's my problem with beef sticks, that they just smell too bad.
And they're very clean. Like there's not a lot of junk in them. So.
Not sponsored, by the way. We just really like chomps.
Nice. One day. All right. This is the last one I got. Shoot in the city or shoot in the suburbs?
Suburbs.
Yeah.
Suburbs, 100%.
Which suburb? Can only shoot in one suburb ever again. Which one is it?
Oh man, these are good questions. It's just every suburb is so different, dude. Why do you do this to me? Can I just say northwest suburbs? Can you take that as an answer?
I think I actually have an answer. I'd probably actually pick Schaumburg because I think there's enough in Schaumburg, like enough variety, you could figure it out.
The thing is, I was going to say Schaumburg, but there's some things I really like shooting that I'm not sure actually in Schaumburg.
Yeah.
It's
kind of ironic. We actually don't have that many clients in Schaumburg, but if needed, I think like I could really hustle Schaumburg because you have manufacturing, you have a lot of, realtors are here, mortgage brokers. There's a lot of corporate buildings. Premium is in Schaumburg. Yeah. So, I mean, there are some pretty larger companies in Schaumburg. Plus they probably have like one of the best chambers in like all of Chicago suburbs. So you have that to kind of pull into. So I think there's enough. Plus there's not a lot of wedding venues in Schaumburg, but there's a few. There's hotels, things like that. So if you're looping that into it as well, there's enough in Schaumburg, I think, that you could make it work. And Busty Woods does cross over into Schaumburg.
Okay, that's what my question was, because we do some weddings there.
Yeah.
I think my follow-up answer would be Rosemont. Just because of the amount of work that would come into that.
And that's, a lot of stuff that like would normally come to the city, but maybe they couldn't find a place for it. They come to Rosemont. Yeah. So you could actually probably get a lot of events out of Rosemont.
Because, I mean, we're obviously thinking conventions, but with Rosemont, I'm also thinking like business. Yeah. It's not really a convention, but like keynote speakers, stuff like that. Like that happens a lot at those hotels too. And I really like keynote speakers.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's all I have.
It's cool.
Pretty good episode.
Some of them really
one for the
head.
Books.
Yep.
Cool.
One for the audiobooks.
Do you have a this or that question? Do you want to end us with one?
Not really. I came into this very blind. I have a question. If you had to switch systems, would you rather go to Nikon forever or Canon forever? You're not allowed Sony anymore.
So basically, I have to pick a potato, or I had to pick a piece of lava.
Piece of lava?
Because they overheat.
Really? I feel like they don't have that much issues.
Or maybe they don't anymore. I don't know. They used to be like the Canon thing, is like it catches on fire.
No, they don't have that problem. The thing is...
Okay, so a potato or something that takes up way too much space. So,
but they both take up too much space. Because like the Nikons that are really great camera broad.
I think I would actually do Nikon just to be the outlier, even though Canon's not that popular anymore. But I think Nikon is more hungry than the other two, so they'd probably be more willing to push things. Whereas I think Canon and Sony are pretty comfortable where they're at. So.
I think you're showing how out of tune you are.
I don't know.
Canon's becoming popular again, not the other way around.
Well, no, they've always been popular. I mean, that's like whatever.
But with video, they're.
That's why I would pick Nikon, because they're still kind of like the underdog. Like they used to be really big with photographers, but I feel like even photographers are all Canon or Sony now. So I'm kind of picking the underdog.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, that's what I do with Sony, and look how I'm doing now. You know.
Really? Damn. I mean, yeah, obviously, like Sony is top right now, but. With Canon, like the R6V, the R6 Mark III, the R50, I think I'm saying those names right. Those are really good cameras.
No, they're all great for them. But I'm gonna pick the underdog.
And the Nikon Z line, I'm excited to see what's coming up. I mean, they came swinging.
Yeah.
If I had to choose, I'd also go with Nikon, just because I know how expensive Canon glass gets, and they don't have their E mount open, and that's still a big problem. I mean, their R mount open, and then Nikon accepts every mount, so you can use all your previous lenses and accessories.
Yeah, but I don't think I'm switching anytime soon. So
I'm just saying, well, it was a this or that question.
If you had to switch,
this or that, would you rather only do manufacturing work for the rest of your life, like commercial, or only do weddings for the rest of your life?
Probably manufacturing.
Okay.
It's more predictable, I think.
You think so?
Yeah, because weddings alter with trends more, because you have new generations coming in every time. And there's new trends that come in, and it's not predictable. Like, we might not even be doing wedding films in like 10 years. Like, who knows, like what could happen, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas manufacturing is very slow moving. It doesn't really follow trends in the same. It follows trends in their industry. Like, oh, you're doing robots, we're going to do robots. But when it comes to marketing and media, they're actually very slow a lot of times. Like a lot of, companies, like even the one that we're working with, other than like that alternative video you kind of did for their parent company, they had not done a video since the 90s. So it's like kind of when you do something with them, it might stick for a while, and they're not really looking to change things or shake things up because it's working. They're not going to shake it up. Weddings could be drastically different. All weddings are also not like, I don't know how to explain it, but like with COVID, they're not like manufacturing is a little more pandemic proof, I think, than like weddings are, because like obviously weddings, if I was only doing weddings in 2020, that would have been a rough period of time, because I did pivot and started live streaming, which was a huge help, but I really had to lean into like real estate and stuff because weddings were kind of non-existent. Whereas like manufacturing would still need to operate to an extent, even during a pandemic.
You just gave me another idea. For both commercial and weddings, okay? Yeah. So for the second part of this, would you rather never take on any sort of real estate gig again, or never take on any sort of live streaming gig again? And that's where the commercial and weddings go.
Probably live streaming.
Okay.
I don't know though. Like there's something kind of exciting about live streaming, because if it goes wrong, they're gonna be very angry at you.
Yeah.
Whereas like real estate is just kind of like, this is real estate, it's like, it's kind of easy.
But that's real estate photos, like simple.
Yeah.
That's also real estate team productions.
Yeah.
That's also marketing.
I think there's more that go around, so I would probably cut out the live stream. And I would say too, we've had some live stream gigs that pay really well, but I'd say for the most time they don't have a huge budget, so it's a lot on the line for not a lot of money. And real estate isn't always a lot of money either, but I feel like there's less pressure because it's not live. Mm-hmm. So I think I would actually give up the live streaming.
Really? I would say the opposite. I'd rather give up real estate, only because I know how hard it is to keep the ball rolling, because if you stop, it stops.
Yeah.
And, there's so much competition. And with live streaming, if there's nothing crazy, like nothing special, and it just works, the client is so appreciative. Yeah. And sometimes you can take a live stream client and not have any post-production. And so you're there, you set up, you start right, it's done, you get paid well, and then you don't have to edit.
Yeah, maybe if like live streaming was more of a niche for us, I would say differently too. Like, because we're kind of in this weird like middle ground where we're not just like a guy with a phone, but we're also not like the full AV team with like the screen and stuff. Yeah. So I think maybe if we were doing more bigger production with live streaming, then I would probably definitely pick that. But we're kind of in this like more niche like middle ground where it's a very like use case scenario where like they don't want to bring in full AV, but they also just don't want the intern on Facebook Live. So then they come and find us.
Oh, for context, if you don't know, we are from the Chicagoland market, and I don't know specifically the context, but I know for a big amount of hotels and different venues in the area, I know that if they start putting wires down, if you need an AV team, it needs to be union. So we miss out on a lot of those jobs.
Yeah, so that's why I never really pursued that either, because there's already a union doing it.
Okay. There's only questions I can think of.
All right, cool. Well, this is a great episode. Join us on the next episode when we talk about whatever we're going to talk about, because I'm not sure what the next episode will be.
Sounds exciting.
Yeah. But until next time, thanks for joining in with us. If you found this, you probably didn't find it very valuable, but if you found it fun and entertaining, please give us a like on YouTube. That means a lot. And if you're not on YouTube, if you're on a different platform, do whatever that platform likes for the algorithm as well. Like, review, whatever that is. And until next time, stay creative.